Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.
Hello, this is Madeline teacher, and today we are going to be doing 1C writing. So please take out your Grammar Zone 2 books and let's get started. We are going to be covering lessons 17 and 18 today. So open your books to page 50, okay? So lesson 17, page 50. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about simple past tense. So we use past tense to talk about things that we already finished. We use it to talk about things not we are doing now, not things we will do in the future, only things that already finished. Not doing, finished, done. Okay? So here, if you make a timeline, this is now, and this is going into future, this is going into past. Past tense verbs we have here, past, very quick finish, or maybe here. We did for a little bit and then finished. Or here, very quickly, almost now, but still before now, we finished. So if we have here or here or here, we do not use past tense because it is not finished, okay? So we can use past tense with words like yesterday and last week, last Saturday, last Sunday, and things like that. Okay, so today we are talking about two words in past tense. The past tense forms of the verb to be. Let's use blue. No, let's not. Let's do it black. Okay. So to be, in the present tense, we use to be is, am, are. So I am a teacher. He is a doctor. Things like that. Okay. So in the past tense, we have two forms of to be. Okay. We have was and were. When it is yes, it is true, check, it is true, we use was and were. When no, it is not true, we use almost the same but a little bit different. Wasn't, was not. So you can say wasn't or was not, but wasn't is probably more common. Most people say wasn't. And weren't. Were not. Okay. So yeah, these are the two forms of to be in the past tense. So was we use with I, he, she, and it. Were we use with you, we, and they. So were we use with many. Was we use with one. And then were we also use with you. And the same is true for weren't. Okay? So let's make some example sentences. We can say, I was at SSET yesterday. Or the students were, past tense, sick. So they weren't at SSET. Okay? Yeah, so these are some examples. This is a short thing about yesterday. You can see more examples in your book. The important thing to remember is just that it needs to be past tense, yesterday, already finished, okay? And we use was, I, he, she, it, were, you, we, they. Okay, so let's practice a little bit in the book. So if you want to write these down, please write them down right now. I'm going to erase them. Okay? Okay, so page 50, let's do together. Number 1, I already told you the answers. We're going to do this in blue marker. Number 1, I already told you the answers. Was, we use with what? Think for a little bit. See if you can think what we use was with. It is here. Okay. So was we use with I, he, she, and it, and were. Think again, a little bit in your head. We use with all the others, many and you. We and they. Okay? So, good. Now, next part. Part number 2. I will erase. Okay. So, number 1, yesterday was Tuesday. We were at school. Yesterday, 1 was. Number 2, Tony. Tony wasn't at school yesterday because he was sick. So here we use was because Tony is he, and we use wasn't because he was sick. So no, he was not at school. When you are sick, you don't go to school. So wasn't. Okay? Number 3, Mom and Dad at the sports club. They were at the store. So if Mom and Dad were at the store, can they also be at the sports club? No, they can't. So we can say they weren't at the sports club. Okay, number 4. Angie and Linda were at home. They at school. They were at home, so they weren't at school. You can't be 2 places at the same time. So we have to use the opposite words, okay? Number 5, Mike wasn't with his family, he with me. Here we say was because one person, Mike, he, and he wasn't with his family, so we know he was a different place with me, okay? Number 6. Number 6, the weather, very good. It was wet and windy. Wet and windy, if you think wet and windy is very good, you can write was. If you think wet and windy is not good, write wasn't. Okay? Weather is one thing, so we use was. Okay? 7, we were in Japan last week. It was great. We is many, and we goes with were. Okay? So we use were. Okay, so I'm going to check your, please finish writing these answers, and then please do 50, pause the video to do page 51 by yourself, and then play the video when you finish, and I will check your answers. Okay, so now that you finished page 51, let's go through the answers. So number 1, on Friday, David was in Madrid. No, David was not in Madrid on Friday. David was in Paris. So X, no. Number 2, ooh, okay, marker I think is showing up. Okay, Lisa and Bob were on San Diego on Thursday. Yes, Lisa and Bob were in San Diego. So you can write yes, check, yes. Number 3, look at the chart. So for these questions, we are looking at the chart. David, Friday, what place? Paris, Madrid? No, okay? Number 2, Lisa and Bob. Thursday, San Diego, yes. True, so check yes. Number 3, okay, David and Julie. What? David and Julie, okay, so David and Julie were both in Paris on Friday. So we can look at the people, David, Julie, and see Friday, Paris, David, Paris, Julie, Paris. So yes, that is true. Okay, number 4. Julie was in London yesterday. So Julie, yesterday, today is Saturday, so yesterday is Friday, and Julie was not in London. She was in Paris, so no, not true. Okay, and number 5, Carl and Tony were in Shanghai yesterday. Carl, Tony, yesterday, Friday. Carl, Tony, Shanghai, yes. Okay, finish checking your answers, and then let's move on. So, let's see. Number 1, on Friday, Julie was in Paris. So, yesterday, we're in Shanghai. So, to figure out what people yesterday, today, Saturday, yesterday, Friday, who was in Shanghai? Shanghai, Carl and Tony. So, who was in London on Thursday? David was in London on Thursday. On Thursday, Lisa and Bob were in Lisa and Bob were in San Diego on Thursday. Five, Julie was in Rome on Thursday. And David, okay, so here we have to use the David, so here we have to use the verb. So David, think, what verb do we use for David? Past. This is past, so do we use was, David was, or David were? David is he, so we use was. David was. In Paris, on what day? Friday. Okay. Great. So the next part, finish checking your answers, and then we will move on. Okay, so the last one, we have to finish the words with sometimes present and sometimes past forms of to be. So remember, the present forms are am, is, are. Okay? So yesterday we were tired, but now, not past. So am, is, are. Now they are fine. The weather, sunny today. So today we use present. Weather 1 is. But last week it was raining. Okay, Jill was sad yesterday. Jill is she, so was sad yesterday, but today, do we use present or past? Today we use present, is happy. Okay, David, we already did this. David was in Paris on Friday. Okay, today I am happy. So Friday, but on Friday. So Friday is past. So what do we use for past? We use was. In the last one, we were tired this morning. This morning, very close past, but still past because we are still tired now. Okay? So, finish checking your answers and then we will go to the next page. continuing it with was and were, but not was, were, and weren't, but now we are doing questions. So when we use a question in English, we like to start with a question word or a verb. So when we make a question, oops. If we make a question, we can start with question with, let's do flat, verb, was, or were. We always, so normally we don't start sentences with verb, we start sentence with person. I was, he, she was, we were. But for a question, we start with verb. Was he? Was she? Were we? Was I? We put normally person first, but for question we change. Put verb first, person second. Okay? So so when we do answers for questions, we can do two types of answers. I'm going to write them small and red. So was question, we can say yes, yes, I, he, she, it was, or no, I, he, she, it wasn't. In were, yes, were, or no, weren't. And here, for were, we use you, we, and they. Yes, we were, no, we weren't. Okay, now we can also have in English questions starting with verbs or questions starting with question words. So on this lesson, you know many question words already. You know how, you know why, you know where, you know whose, you know so many question words. But this lesson, we are going to talk about, well, actually, we're talking about four. This one, we are talking about 4 question words only. So, question words, how, when, where, and what. Okay. Okay, good. So, we use how. How do I explain how? To describe nouns. Talk about the nouns. How? You can talk about a person. How are you? You are talking about the way I am. How I am is describing me. That kind of question. When, we talk about time. Where, place. In what, we use with things or with verbs. Okay? I wish I did that in blue. Okay, so now after how, in when, in what, in the present we use do, or is, or are, or am. But in the past, we use did, which we will learn later, or was and were. So even though we have question word first, verb still needs to be second, before person, okay? So when, was, were. Where, was, or were. Where were. In what, was, and were. And then you can finish the question, how was the movie? Was the movie good? How was the movie? When was the movie? Was it last night? Was it 2 weeks ago? When did you see the movie? Where were you? Where were you? I wanted to talk to you, but I do not know where you are. Where were you yesterday? What was the answer? I don't know the answer. Do you know the answer? What was the answer? The The answer we already learned, but I forget what was the answer. Okay, so these, and then for this, the answer can be many things. It will always be a sentence, so it is not easy to remember. There's no notes to take. Yes, he was. These, we never, okay, actually, these, for these question words, don't use no and yes to answer. Oops. These ones, we want long answers, sentence answers, okay? Sentence answers only. We can't use these ones, was and were, questions starting with a verb. We answer with yes, no, okay. For, how, when, where, what, no. We can't use no and yes. The sentences, the answers want sentence answers because we need to know a description of a noun, a time, a place, a thing, a verb. A thing or a verb because these ones do not tell us time or place. We only know yes. It does not tell us time, so this answer is not enough. We want more answers, longer answers, sentence answers, okay? So, now that we talked about questions, let us make some questions. So I want you to do both pages, 52 and 53 by yourselves if you can. So please pause the video to do that now. Also, please finish taking notes. These are very good notes. It will help you a lot to learn this because I'm going to erase it. So please finish taking notes and then I will erase and then do pages 52 and 53 and then come back to the video and I will check your answers, okay? Great. All right. Okay. So now that you've finished, let us check your answers. So number 1. Were you at school yesterday? Answer, yes, I. Even though question is were, we do not use were. So answer is yes, I was. Okay, number 2. Person A, hot last week. It, hot last week. So it, we use was. It hot last week, and no, it wasn't. Or was not. Was not is also okay. Number 3. They tired yesterday. We have they, so we say were. Were for many, remember. And yes, they were. Number 4. Jonathan sick yesterday. Jonathan, one person. So even if you don't know if Jonathan is he or she, it is not important because Jonathan is one person, not you, not I. It will always be was. He, she, it always was, if not you or I, but only one. Okay? So was Jonathan sick yesterday? Yes, he was. Number 5. Mr. and Mrs. Jones in London last week. Were Mr. and Mrs. Jones in London last week? No, they weren't. And Mr. and Mrs. Jones, 2 people, were. Okay? More than one person, always were. Okay, so number 6. The weather good over the weekend. The weather is it. So was the weather good over the weekend? Yes, it was. Good. I like good weather. Okay, number 7. Where they on Saturday? They is, well, they is many people, but we also just remember they, we always use were. They were at the park. Okay, good. So, finish checking your answers, and then I will erase, and we will go to the next page. Okay. Okay, so now for this part, we have to match the questions and the answers. So how are you today? This one, today, present tense, are, also present tense. So we need a present tense answer. And you, the answering person will say I, so I am fine, thanks. The next one, how were you Saturday? So this one, again, you, answering person, will say I, but were is past tense. So, past tense, I not am, I was. Next part, how was Lizzie on Sunday? Past tense was, Sunday. Well, sometimes it can be present tense, but mostly it is past tense because normally when we talk about a day, we talk about the day that already finished. And Lizzie is she, so we can find she was sad. And the last one, how is she now? Is and now, we know it is present, so we still are looking for she, but now we are looking for present tense she. And so we find she is fine now. Okay, great. So now erase or check your answers, fix your mistakes, and then I will erase, and then we will do the last part today. Okay. Okay, so let's answer. So for this part, we need to practice finishing the questions with the right question words. So the first one, where were you yesterday? I was at school. We know it is where because school is a place. This answer is place. So question word needs to be where because where goes with places. Okay. Now the next one, who was your dad? Answer, he was very happy. Happy talks about dad. It tells you about dad. So we want how, because how asks questions about nouns, okay? It wants to know about nouns. Or sometimes it wants to know about verbs. Number 3, was the weather like? It was hot and sunny. Okay, so this one, it is also about a noun, but okay, so this one, what's the weather like? It was hot and sunny. So this one, we use what because we want to know the answer to the question, what's the weather like? If we did not have like, we could say, how was the weather? Because we are talking about the weather, a noun. But because we have like, we need to use what? Because like is a verb, and we use what for questions with verbs, okay? We are asking the same question, how was the weather? What was the weather like? The same question, but we need different question words. How was the weather? Because it goes with nouns. What was the weather like? Because it goes with verbs. A little bit confusing, so it's okay if you made this mistake. It's okay, but this is the correct answer. Okay, number 4. What's your music class? Answer, it was on Tuesday. So Tuesday is a day, a time. So what question word do we use for time? When was your class? When was your music class? When is the question word we use for time. So, when was your music class? It was on Tuesday. Next, was your mom yesterday? She was a bit tired. So, this question is asking about your mom. It wants to know how the feelings or the way of your mom yesterday. So, we can ask how. Because mom is noun. You can touch mom. She is person. She is noun. Okay. Number 6. And how goes with nouns. Number 6. Where were they on sorry. Number 6, were they on Sunday? They were here with us. So this answer, they were here. Here is place. So we know question word is where. Where were they on Sunday? Number 7. You on Wednesday. This one, answer, I was angry. This one wants to know about you. And you is pronoun, but you is person. So we use how. To talk about you. Because, yeah. Number 8. Was he in Tokyo? He was there on Monday. So Monday is a time. So we want the question word that goes with time. If you can remember, that question word is when. And then we have number 9, you're doing. I was dancing. Dancing is a verb. So we want the question word that goes with verbs. Can you remember? What were you doing? Okay, and then number 10, last one. Was she going yesterday? She was going to school. So, to school is answer. To school is place. So, what question word do we use for a place? The answer is where. Okay. So, I hope you feel like you learned something. Oh, actually, wait, before you go, there is a handout that goes with these lessons. I am going to upload the handout to the homework folder on SSCT's website. So please go myssct.com. I think it is .com. myssct.com. Go to myssct.com, find the handout, do the handout. First thing tomorrow, or not tomorrow, first thing next writing lesson, I will check the handout so you can get some practice using was and were and be in the simple past tense, okay? I hope you learned something. It was a great lesson, and I will see you hopefully soon.
Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET English Town.